Hello and welcome to Inspiration Wednesday, everyone. It is March 8th, 2023. Hard to believe that we're already here at the beginning of March, right? In 2023. Well, we are continuing our series on Lent, a little spiritual Lent for you. And it's all based on Unity Publishing's 40 Days of Letting Go, Lent 2023. So, I'm going to continue with the book, and this week it's about non-resistance. And I just thought, how interesting, because so often in the letting go, why we can't let go is because we're resisting the change, or we're resisting something that's preventing us from letting go, so that we can fully, when we let go, our hands, our arms are naturally open. And if we're resisting, we can't do that, can we? We can't open up and receive. So, non-resistance. I thought this is so great right here. It says, I allow the circumstances and experiences of life to wash over me. How hard is that sometimes when we're really going through a challenge or a hard time? How difficult it can be to just let it wash over us. Sometimes we're in emotional pain, physical pain, going through, again, other challenges that occur, and it's so hard to just say, okay, I'm just here. This is just life right now. And I think that's key. When we're talking about non-resistance, I think the key really is realizing that we can just stay in this moment. When we stay in this moment, then there's no other moments to have to resist, right? So here's what it says. It says that as I allow the circumstances and experiences of life to wash over me, I free myself from the state of internal struggle and weaknesses that opposition and resistance cause. It's just what I was saying, everybody. Yeah, so if we practice acceptance, then we live life with no strings attached. Right. We actually free ourselves in our non-resistance, even though it feels like sometimes like, I have to keep myself bound, or I have to keep this wall up, or I have to be doing whatever I'm doing right here, right now, preventing me. But in the end, it's okay, I'm just right here. I'm riding this wave. I'm riding this storm. I'm climbing this hill. I'm going over the mountain or the wall, and just accepting it. Then we allow ourselves again to open up to what is, and that non-resistance is what opens us up to even more good. Here's what it says. Non-resistance in our Lent book is a process that occurs in our consciousness as we recognize, accept, and affirm. That's what I was saying, right, everyone? Recognize, accept, and affirm that in God there is nothing to fear. And that's what it is, right? Our resistance is about fear. So it says the only presence and the only power that exists in the universe is absolute good, and that absolute good is always with us. And so when we focus on that absolute good that's always there, always supporting us, it's that supporting energy of the universe, then we can allow ourselves not to be resisting change or resisting what's happening to us or around us or from us, but instead we can not resist it, let go, and keep moving forward. It says holding this awareness that there is always absolute good, and that absolute good is supporting us at all times, it'll make everything work together for our good. I was thinking about, and hi to Deborah. Hi, Deborah. Nice to see you. I'm missing you. I'm glad you're here today. And I see Juan is here too, and a couple others too. So hello and welcome, everyone. So non-resistance, I was thinking, especially since it's Easter time, this great children's book called It's Not Easy Being a Bunny. And I was thinking about this book because it's all about the power of non-resistance. Because PJ Funny Bunny, everybody, is really resisting being a bunny. And I'm not going to read the whole story to you, but let me just tell you a little bit. So there's PJ Funny Bunny. He was sad, like very sad. Why? Because he didn't like being a bunny. Because his mom made him eat carrots all day long, and he had a lot of brothers and sisters. And also, his ears were really big. So he goes off to try to be something else. He's resisting being a bunny. He thinks about being a bear. Turns out, bears just sleep all the time. So then he goes and tries to be a bird. But guess what? He can't fly. So then he goes and thinks, well, I'll go be a beaver. They look like they're having a good time. No, they're not having a good time, everyone. They like to work really hard. And PJ, he doesn't like to work so hard. So he's not going to be a beaver either. So then he thinks, I'll be a pig. Again, resisting being a bunny. But the pigs, they like to hang out in the mud. So then he thinks, well, I'll go be a moose. But guess what? He can't mook very well. So, still in resistance, he says, well, I'll go be a possum. They're just sleeping all day, except for they're sleeping upside down. Gives him a headache. He doesn't want to be that either. So then he thinks, I'll be a skunk, right? I mean, this is how much resistance of being a bunny. He's even going all the way over to skunk mode, everybody. Now let's just pause and put a pin in the story right here. How many of us have resisted so much of what's going on in our lives or what's going on in front of us that we will even hang out with the skunks in order to prevent whatever life has for us, right? That's how much resistance. But in the non-resistance, if we just open ourselves up to accepting and knowing all is well and all is good, but he's not there yet. He's hanging out with the smelly folks. Right, Deborah. Smelly as a skunk. So it takes all of that to realize that what he really wants to be, here we go. Finally, he has non-resistance and realizes what he really wants to be is a bunny. Yeah. You want to know why? Now he's happy. Now he's accepted who and what he is. He's eating all his carrots, playing with all his brothers and sisters, and he loves his big ears. They make him unique. So PJ Funny Buddy has a good story for all of us, because when we practice non-resistance, look how calm and peaceful he is now. Just saying. So non-resistance, how much are you resisting who you really are, what you really are, who or what you really want to be? How much fear is getting in the way of who and what you really want to be living your life like, right? Non-resistance. And I think within that, a lot of times, going back to our Lent book, it's a matter of discontent. Let me say that again. Discontent, because discontent, a lot of times we're feeling, I know I don't want this job, or I don't want to be in this situation, and we resist the change. But really that discontent, the discontent can serve as wow, I can't even talk right now, everyone, a catalyst for growth, okay? Or being able to talk. So if we're willing to follow that wisdom that contains that discontent, then it will propel us into action. It says it provides the impetus to take the next step toward greater fulfillment in every aspect of our being. So we can affirm, through spiritual understanding, I follow the divine wisdom available in every moment of my life. And I think the other real big piece that gets in the way of non-resistance is our doubt and our fear. So it says doubt can creep up on us, worming its way into our thoughts and disturbing us. But doubt is not the opposite of faith. And I love this. This is actually written by Reverend Linda Martello-Whitsett, the Vice President of Silent Unity, Unity's prayer ministry. She writes, doubt is not the opposite of faith. However, it is an aspect of faith. Our questions lead us to seek greater knowledge and truth. Following periods of doubt, we commonly reach greater degrees of conviction. Instead of struggling over doubt, we can let go of the belief that doubt is wrong or that it means we are unfaithful. Instead of letting go of doubt, we can let go of endlessly ruminating about the questions on our mind. We can wait in spiritual silence, practicing the pause, meditating. Clouds eventually give way to clear skies. The night ends at dawn faithfully. We exercise our faith faculty, trusting we will gain clarity and a grasp of truth as we rest in the question. Again, being non-resistant to the doubt, to the fear, but instead to allow ourselves to sit in the silence and know, again, that we'll be supported by a loving, all good presence and power, the universe itself. So affirming faithfully, I wait for truth. So what I want to do for these last few minutes for our time of meditation is to really focus on, what are you resisting? What are you resisting that's getting in the way of you living your best life, that's getting in the way of you really showing up as your own unique, true, divine self? What's getting in the way of you stepping into your wholeness, stepping into your power of being a divine expression? The universe has you here right now for a very specific reason that only you can fulfill. So get out of the way, get out of your own way. Stop trying to be anything other than who and what you really are. Embrace it and go after it. So here's our meditation for today, everyone. What I'd like you to do, settle in and get comfortable. Sit with the question for just a minute as you start to breathe. Breathing in, breathing out. Settling in more, letting your shoulders come down, maybe closing your eyes or focusing on a spot just right before you. Just softening your gaze and allowing yourself to sit with this question for just a moment. What am I resisting? What am I resisting that's getting in the way of me showing up as my most divine self, my true expression? And just sitting with that question for a moment, maybe filling your heart up with loving kindness and compassion for your own self. So feel your heart filling with compassion. Take another conscious breath, breathing into the question of, what is it that I need to let go of? What do I need to step out of the way that I'm resisting and allow non-resistance to take over and take the lead? So as you sit in that answer to your question, here's some affirmations to also be with. I choose not to resist today. I choose not to resist today. And specifically, you can add what it is that you've identified that you've been resisting. I choose not to resist today. Loving myself, accepting where I am in this moment. I choose not to resist the discontentment or the doubt. I choose not to resist today. And taking a breath. And affirming, I let go of darkness and allow illumination. Illumination is what has just happened as I sit in the silence, as I put forth my question, and as I allow my innate wisdom, my higher self, to bring forth that illumined answer. It's through spiritual understanding I follow the divine wisdom available in every moment of my life. So taking another breath, a gentle breath, breathing that in. Through spiritual understanding, I follow the divine wisdom available in every moment in my life. When I make mistakes, I'm making progress. So I don't resist supposed mistakes. I let that go. In this time of Lent, I let go of any seeming mistakes. I am making progress. Faithfully, I wait for truth. I let nothing and no one upset the calm peace of my soul. I am non-resistant. Whatever comes at me, I know that I can go deep within to this place of inner peace, to this place of inner knowing, wisdom, and love. And I can let nothing and no one upset the calm peace of my soul. And lastly, we affirm during this time of meditation, from the infinite, eternal, abundant source, I receive inspiration and absolute love. From the infinite, eternal, abundant source, I receive inspiration and absolute love. I am not alone because the source of light, of life, of inspiration, of wisdom is always available. I am a part of and connected to this larger energy system, the one power and presence of the universe. So knowing this, we can take a rejuvenating breath. We can bring our gaze up. We can open our eyes as we affirm the truth. Ready, everyone? I choose not to resist today. That's our mantra for today, everyone. I choose not to resist today. If I'm a bunny, I'm a bunny. Whatever is going on, I allow it to be my greatest strength and growth. Don't resist where you're at, where you're in, who you are, but embrace it all. It's all a part of the beautiful oneness, love, wisdom, joy of the universe, of God. You are it, my friends. So thank you for connecting with me on this, is it third week of Lent? This other week of Lent. I have a special guest coming next week for Inspiration Wednesday. So make sure you tune in. It's going to be extra special. Inspiration Wednesday, next Wednesday, March 15th. So be sure you're here, everyone. Okay. Have a great rest of your day. Resist nothing. Move forward in great strength and joy. And I will hopefully see you this Sunday, Friendship Sunday. Bring a friend, everyone, or even send a friend to our Facebook page, our YouTube page, our channel, our Instagram page. We've got so much. Go check it all out. In fact, this video will be up on YouTube by the end of maybe tomorrow. Okay, everyone. I will see you soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day. And thanks for your comments. I'll be reading them in just a minute. Bye-bye.